I mean, the Rangers, I don't know what the expectation is, but they're tied for last in the East.
Well, they could win a game on home ice. That would help. I mean, maybe again, I'll concede to Rhett here. I'm asked about this all the time on radio. I don't have an answer. I can't explain how this team can be that much better on the road than they are on home ice. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Well, you're right. I don't think there would be a rational reason. I think it's more. I would.
Yeah.
From sitting here, I don't think those guys trust management.
Yeah.
I don't, because
the rug could be pulled at any moment.
I don't think they trust the management and what they're trying to do. I think that the talent pieces, you could argue, should be doing much better or worse. But I think there was so much disruption last year for no reason. It felt like to me. I'm not. Maybe there was tons of reason. Maybe it was a Vancouver situation, but they make all these changes after going to the semifinals, and it's like, what are we doing?
It's a fair point.
And there's a way of like, you've been around. There's ways of doing it, but it felt very public and muddy and
it felt
gross. How it was all felt right, like,
and not with throwaway players either, right? Like
no,
you're talking about Jacob Trouba, you're talking about Chris Kreider. Now more and more, we're going to be talking about the future of Artemi Panarin. Like these are.
You're willing to treat your captain that way?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
And again, if you want to get rid of your captain, there's ways to do it without being a public shit show. Like
I guess the counter to that, though, fellas, would be this. That's why you hire Mike Sullivan and give him a bazillion-dollar contract, right? Because, again, this guy's been there and he's done it all. If he can't close that door, his dressing room door, and say, boys, I don't know what went on here in the past. I mean, if you have issues with management, okay, but management isn't running this room.
I agree with you. I just don't know that he's ever had to handle that. And I don't know if any coach has had to handle it. If what were these rumors that I'm throwing out there might be true, I don't know. And I think Sullivan's a good, really, really, really good coach. But if you've never had to manage that part, like he was in Pittsburgh forever. He had guys that were, I feel like Sidney leads that, obviously. It feels like a fairly tight-knit group with a certain direction they want to go. And there's a level of professionalism, right? From management all the way down. This is a different situation. I actually feel bad for Sullivan. Like, big job, big money in the Big Apple. This is great.
But you could be right. Because I'll tell you, 5 games in, all right, the players are still growing accustomed to a different style from Mike Sullivan. Maybe the structure and systems and all of that, coach, blah, 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 is different and all of that. We're not 5 games in anymore, right? Like, whatever their identity is, we should know
you're
this.
Professional hockey players. You know how to play the game, and whether coach wants you to play the trap or the 1-2, it's irrelevant. Here's the last thing I'll say. I don't understand, and it's almost a cheap shot. How the F is JT Miller your captain? And the reason I say that is because if you're so disruptive on another team that the team has to dismantle, and you're the captain of the next team, I like how you play. I like your style. I think you're but something doesn't jive. You're either a team guy where you don't create issues and you're all in on success for your team, which makes you a good captain, or you're not.
Right.
You can't go from last year at this time in Vancouver being one of the biggest problem issues in the NHL to leading a team the next year. I'm the captain. That does not make sense to me.
Yeah, but and look, if the New York Rangers are challenging for top spot in the East or in their division, we're not having this conversation, right? They're not. So, the players and the captain do have to accept the responsibility of why they're not. And if there are distractions around that team, or they're still distracted by what management has done in the past, well, then ultimately that's on them. But there have been a lot of positive surprise teams. We've talked about them here in the segment, but the New York Rangers just continue to surprise me from a negative standpoint. Nobody seems to be able to answer why that is.
Hey, buddies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.